up left and right. We have quarterback John Rhys, Plumlee, defensive end Josh Celiscar, running back Isaiah Bowser, head coach Gus Malzahn. We'll begin, Coach. Speak your thoughts on the game and then we'll have to play.
Yeah, first of all, you got to give Tulane a lot of credit. They're a really good team. We knew that coming in. They played really good. We didn't play our best. I think that's obvious, but they had something to do with that. Proud of our team fighting back. It was really tough. We got off to a tough start. We fought back. I think it was 31-28, and it was right there before us. Give them credit. They went down and scored, and we never could get that momentum back. But we have a bunch of champions. There's 3 guys right here that are winners with a capital W that I'm proud of, that they led us and got us here.
Take questions, please. Raise your hand. We'll get a microphone too.
Coach Brandon Heller with Rivals.com. Can you talk about John Rhys and just his play? Obviously, you took him out because he was not 100%, but then he goes back in the game and gets you back in it within 3. Talk about his performance.
Yeah, he's one of the toughest players I think I've ever coached. His hamstring was bad, all week. He practiced, but that 4th and 1, he just couldn't get around the corner right there, and so felt like we go with Tommy and give him a shot. Tommy did some really good things. He's going to be a phenomenal quarterback. It was just he was put in a tough spot, but the fact that he wanted to go back in and he went back in gave us a spark. And we can't say enough good things about John Rhys.
Coach, what went into the decision to make Thomas Castellanos as the backup quarterback today?
He was our number 2 guy. Obviously Mikey didn't dress, and really the first year me and Mikey had a conversation. We were going to do our best to try to honor that 4 game so he wouldn't lose eligibility. And unfortunately we had to play him last week. And I'll say this: we wouldn't be here without him. And but Thomas is going to be a great quarterback in his own right. John Rhys really battled hard.
John Rhys, talk about the week of practice. How did you feel all week? How did you feel going into the game today?
At this point of the year, everybody's got something, cut, bruises, bumps. And it's just one of those things that, just like everybody else, like Celiscar has a hamstring issue going on too, and it's just one of those things that you rehab and you try to get better, try to get to 100%, and obviously practice. I did what I could do, and ultimately tried everything to be able to play in the game. That was the goal. Whether if it was 85% or if I was 90%, if I was 100%, I wanted to be able to play in this game. And so we tried to prepare as such.
Gus, what was the timeline for Mikey? When did you know he wouldn't be playing today?
We had a conversation earlier in the week, and so Thomas got the reps in practice with John Rhys. So that's the way we went about it.
John Rhys, how tough was it to play in this game? You went out, you came back in. How tough was that?
Not tough. I mean, you work all year to be able to play in a game like this, and I don't think it's not hard to play. It's something that you want to do. You work, and this team has worked to get to this point, and so I didn't want to sell myself short or sell this team short.
Coach, what was your thinking in bringing John Rhys back in after Thomas was in the game?
Yeah, I just, we put, Thomas was in a tough spot, but he did some really good things. But John Rhys just kept telling the coach, hey, give me another chance, I'll operate. May not be able to run as good, but operate. And so put him back in, and, he really gave us a spark and a shot in the arm. And like I said, when it was 31-28, I mean, we had the momentum right there, and it was a good ball game at that point.
How much work did Thomas get during the week?
Yeah, he got all the number 2 reps right there, and like I said, Thomas is going to be a phenomenal player. And just the fact that he was able to do what he did, I was real impressed. At the time, we just felt like their defense was so good, we needed our quarterback to be a little bit of a run threat right there. And then, John Rhys with his hamstring, and he's such a tough individual. And so that was everything.
What were the conversations like with Thomas? Because this, burns his red shirt. But did he come to you, or was he willing to play? What were those conversations like?
He wanted to play, and he'll help us. We'll do some things in the bowl game and try to make it worth his while. But the fact that he was ready to go, I mean, like I said, he's a real special one.
Gus, are you able to speak about what kind of was said in the locker room just following that game, just for it being the last AAC game you guys were playing?
Yeah, I just told our guys I'm proud of them for getting us here. Proud of them for fighting back. We didn't get off to a great start. The crowd was phenomenal here, but they kept fighting, and we'll have a bowl game and end with a good season.
Josh, can you talk about that big defensive stop where you're able to strip the ball and get the turnover right when Tulane was on the verge of scoring? That could have been, that was a huge play to get back in it. Just talk about what you saw and the effort, how the defense, didn't let down.
On that stop, I just felt like I read the play, and then I just hustled to the ball and made a big play. The defense played great today, not to our standard, but we played the best game we could. Some stuff you can't change. We made mistakes. We tried to play our best, but it is what it is.
Isaiah, what are the emotions you come back and you find that the team gets into this American Athletic Conference Championship? The goals are within reach. What are you feeling right now?
It hurts for sure. A lot of work put in to get to this point, and especially about the game. We got the momentum coming back, and we're able to get done. So it definitely hurts right now.
John Rhys, just what do you take away from a game like this? Obviously, it was a lot of probably blood, sweat, and tears out there today for you.
Yeah, like Bowser said, it hurts. Rips your heart out, yeah, it hurts. It's one of those things that if it doesn't hurt, then this doesn't mean nothing to you. You know what I mean? Like you said, blood, sweat, and tears went through this season to get to this point. Yeah, it hurts.
Josh, it seemed like Tulane was able to score on a lot of really long plays, 60-yard touchdown, 70-yard touchdown. What were those the mistakes that you were kind of referring to, or did you kind of see something that they were able to do that kind of broke down the defense?
I guess it was just like the personnel that we were in. They caught us in the personnel that best fit their play, and they had big plays off of it. But to me, it's like we tried, we played our best. We made a lot of mistakes, we missed a lot of tackles. That's all it is.
Gus, were you surprised over here to your left, sir? Were you surprised that they could make that many big plays in the passing game? Did that kind of shock you a little bit?
Yeah, we've done a really good job, keeping explosive pass plays, really the last 2 years, and that's probably as many as we've had maybe combined. Give them credit. They played really, really good in the biggest game, and those big plays were, a huge part of the game.
Gus, what's next for this team? You mentioned the bowl game, but the transfer portal opens on next week. And what's next for this team?
Well, what's next is a bowl game, and we need to win a bowl game to get some momentum for next year. You look at, last year we won a big bowl game. This year we made it to the conference championship. I mean, we're going in the right direction as a program. These three guys, the rest of the leaders have a whole lot to do with that. We're disappointed right now, but the future's really bright for our program.
Do you need a bowl win to consider this a successful season?
I mean, bowl, it's been, I'll say this. I mean, bowl games are very important, okay, just like it was last year. So we'll put everything we can into getting a bowl victory.
Final question? UCF, thank you.
Okay, thank you all.
Thank you.
Yes.